Hey everyone, welcome back to VoxQueue. Today we've got some wild ones. Grab a drink, settle in, and let's get into it. There's something about people who act like they own the situation, like they've already decided what's true, and everyone else just has to go along with it. And most of the time, that works. Until proof shows up, and then everything flips. The first story starts with Logan and his landlord, Derek. At first, it was just small things, packages going missing, deliveries marked as received but nowhere to be found. Logan thought maybe it was a mistake, until it kept happening. Week after week, something else would go missing, and every time Logan brought it up, Derek had an answer ready. "I haven't seen anything. Maybe it was delivered to the wrong address. You should take it up with the company." Always calm, always confident. And that's what made it frustrating, because Derek didn't sound like someone hiding something. He sounded like someone who already won. And this is where it gets worse, because one day, Logan noticed something small. A listing. Same item that had gone missing, posted online. Same brand, same condition, same exact damage on the corner. Logan stared at it for a second longer than normal, because something didn't feel like a coincidence anymore. That's when Logan decided to stop guessing. Instead of arguing, he set up a small camera facing the delivery area. Nothing obvious, just enough to see who was coming and going. That should have been enough, but it wasn't, because what happened next made it impossible to deny. A delivery came in. Logan got the notification, waited, didn't go outside, just watched. Minutes later, Derek walked into frame, looked around, picked up the package, and walked off. That was the moment everything cracked, because it wasn't a suspicion anymore. It was clear, recorded, undeniable. Logan didn't confront him right away. He waited, let Derek act normal, let him deny it one more time, then brought it up again. Another package went missing. Derek didn't hesitate. "I told you I haven't seen anything." And that's when Logan turned the phone around, pressed play. The room went quiet. Derek watched himself, every movement, every second. No way to twist it, no way to deny it. "That's not what it looks like," Derek said. But it didn't matter, because when proof shows up, explanations don't carry weight anymore. Within days, the situation escalated. Reports were filed, the listing was pulled, and Derek wasn't acting confident anymore. Because confidence only works when no one checks, and Logan made sure everything got checked. And this next one turns into a full neighborhood situation. Rowan was getting ready to host family. Everything was planned: food, setup, timing, the kind of preparation that takes days. Then Vanessa showed up, not casually, not politely, direct. "That trash bin is on my side," she said, pointing across the driveway. Rowan paused. "It's been there for months." Vanessa shook her head. "No, it hasn't, and the whole block knows it." That was the part that stood out, because she said it like it was already decided, like the neighborhood would back her up. And this is where it gets worse, because she didn't drop it. Every day leading up to the gathering, Vanessa kept bringing it up, moving the bin, dragging it slightly over, making it obvious. Rowan tried to keep it calm. "It's not a big deal, we can figure it out." But Vanessa wasn't trying to figure it out. She was trying to win it. Then came the day before the family arrived. Vanessa walked over again, louder this time. "I already told people about this. You're using space that isn't yours." That should have been the end, but it wasn't, because Rowan decided to check. Instead of arguing, Rowan went to the city records, pulled up the property lines, filed a quick request, and within a day, a code enforcement notice came through. Official, documented, clear. The bin placement was completely within Rowan's property. That was the moment everything cracked, because now it wasn't opinion, it was official. Vanessa didn't know that yet. She came over again the next morning. Same tone, same confidence. "You need to move it before people get here."
Rowan didn't argue, just handed over the notice. Vanessa looked at it, read it once, then again. Her posture shifted. "Well, that might not be updated," she said. But even she didn't sound convinced, because the paper said everything. No guessing, no debate, just fact. And just like that, the argument ended. No apology, no follow-up. Vanessa just stopped bringing it up, because once something is documented, confidence doesn't hold the same weight. In the last story, this one hits closer to home. Lucas was dealing with something that didn't feel right from the start. His parents, Kara and Marcus, had been handling part of a vacation deposit tied into a larger family plan. Everything was supposed to be simple, split evenly, clear agreement. But right before the house closing tied into that same timeline, the story changed. "We actually covered more than you," Kara said. Lucas frowned. "That's not what we agreed on." Marcus stepped in. "You're remembering it wrong." And that's when it started. That shift. Small at first, then more direct. "You still owe us," Kara said. And this is where it gets worse, because they didn't sound unsure, they sounded united, like the story had already been rewritten. Lucas felt it, that pressure, that moment where you start questioning your own memory. But instead of arguing, he paused. "Let me check something." That should have ended it, but it didn't, because Lucas started pulling records, bank transfers, messages, and then something bigger, the title registration tied into the timeline. Everything connected, payments, dates, agreements, all documented, and none of it matched what they were saying. That was the moment everything cracked, because now it wasn't just memory, it was recorded. Lucas sat them down, laid everything out. This is what actually happened. Kara looked at the documents. Marcus stayed quiet. "You're overthinking it," Kara said. But her voice wasn't as steady, because the papers didn't leave room for interpretation. Every number lined up, every agreement was there, and the version they were pushing didn't exist. Silence filled the room, and that silence said everything. Because when proof shows up, the argument disappears, not because someone wins, but because there's nothing left to argue. In the end, the conversation didn't explode. It didn't turn dramatic. It just stopped, because the truth had already taken over. And when you look at all three of these stories, the pattern is clear. It's not just about people being wrong. It's about people being confident while they're wrong. Derek, Vanessa, Kara, all of them relied on the same thing: assumption, pressure, the idea that no one would actually check, because most people don't. Most people move on, let it go, avoid the conflict. But the moment someone checks, everything changes, because proof doesn't argue, it doesn't raise its voice, it just exists. And once it does, confidence disappears fast. That's why these moments hit, because you can see the shift from control to silence. So always check, because one piece of proof is all it takes, and once it shows up, there's nowhere left to hide. And that's where we'll leave it today. They all thought they were in control until someone checked, and once that happens, everything changes. I'll see you in the next one.